All right, gaming and tech. Once again, we are rushing through this bad boy. We have Kingdom Hearts coming to the Steam Deck. We are going to talk ever so briefly about the situation with Assassin's Creed, and then we also have some Microsoft stuff that just released. So yeah, we're going to talk about the things in gaming and tech. Welcome, nerds, to this week's edition of the Gaming and Tech News, generally speaking. Now, I'm no Linus or Spawnwave or Gamers Nexus or insert channel that is dedicated to the tech and gaming news here. That's not what you're getting here. This is just enough to keep you informed, generally speaking. We do this just about every week as part of a larger news show called The Week in Nerddom over on the main channel. You can find that linked down in the description or at the end of this video. Now let's talk about some gaming and tech and maybe even some like photo, video kind of news as well. Follow-ups and corrections. We've talked about Kingdom Hearts a number of times. This is no different. We do have a release date now. The Steam release date for Kingdom Hearts is June 13th. You can purchase each game individually, or you can purchase them all as one giant pack. If you do purchase them all as one giant pack, it gives you access to the Dark Seeker Saga, which will be available once Kingdom Hearts 4 finally releases, and then you can play all of the games and the little in-between games and everything all the way through on your Steam Deck. That's pretty freaking epic. The release date, like I said, June 13th. Follow-up, let's move on. We also, in follow-ups, have a Netflix, the follow-up for the Netflix bundle from Xfinity. We now know quite a bit about it, so it is going to be $15 a month. You will get Netflix, Apple TV Plus, and Peacock as part of this bundle. Again, $15. It will start next week. If you are an Xfinity customer, then you will have access to this $15, which if you were to subscribe to these individually on your own, it would cost you $100 more a year, which is significant to a certain degree. And the only option for Netflix is the ad-supported tier. So that is, if you want to do it for $15 for all three services, then you have to get the ad-supported Netflix, which, I mean, I have it. It's not that terrible. But yeah, that is the update there. From there, we have trailers to talk about. The first trailer is we have a Multiverses trailer that just launched. The game comes out May 28th, so we're only a few days away from the proper release of the game that we've all kind of already played, and some people are in the new beta, and it's a little confusing. Go check out the trailer, though. It's a hell of a lot of fun. I feel like they gave a lot more consideration to what the fans were looking for out of this in this trailer, so absolutely worth your time. And also, Jason Voorhees is being added to the game alongside freaking Agent Smith. Yeah, go check out the trailer. It's a hell of a thing. And then the other trailer we have this week is Elden Ring, the Erd Tree expansion. It's the final story trailer before the game launches. Just more epicness from FromSoft. Go check it out, because if you haven't been hooked by this game yet, I think this one might do it. I don't know. Go check it out, though. Link in the description. Let's talk about regular ass news now. Like I said, we're rushing through this bad boy, so I kind of wish this hadn't happened this week. But Assassin's Creed Shadows is launched is announced, and we have trailers, and IGN has written a million freaking articles about it, and everyone is split on this because, oh my gosh, it's a black samurai. Maybe. And also, the only other option for a playable character is a female samurai. I don't know that she's being billed as a samurai either. Yes, I see that Yasuke, I think is how you say his name. Yeah, Yasuke. I see that Yasuke is wearing samurai armor, but the girl is, and I didn't write her name down, Nairo something. She's not wearing samurai armor from anything I've seen, but I also haven't dug super deep into this. Aside from knowing that Yasuke is an actual person from history, which may or may not be the first time Assassin's Creed has actually done that. So there's kind of that in its favor. Yes, he was not actually a samurai when he was alive in the world, but he was in Japan, and he was a samurai's aide, effectively. He was a sword holder. So I think it's kind of take 6 one way, half a dozen the next. Like, yeah, it's a little bit of DEI in that they're checking all their social justice boxes and they're doing everything that they think they need to in order to make people happy, blah, 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 stupid stuff. But also, like, this was a real person, so that is an interesting story to tell. Can we not see that? We can't get past the fact that we're so anti-woke that we don't see that this could potentially be an interesting story. Now, are they going to take a slew of liberties telling this story? And is it going to be absolutely 0% historically accurate? Maybe not 0%, but a very low percentage of historical accuracy, sure, but that's the rest of the franchise as well. Everything else that's come out for this has been very much not historically accurate. When you're telling a science fiction time travel through genetics story, like, what kind of historical accuracy are you looking for at this point? I don't get it. Not the hugest Assassin's Creed player though, so it kind of is what it is for me. I just think it's potentially has the ability to be super interesting. Are they going to falter in that interest, the level of interest? Yeah, probably. Either way, like, I don't understand why it's such an overreaction. That's just silly. Again, ignore it, it goes away. Let's move on though, because we're spending way too much time in a very abbreviated episode on one title, or on one subject. So, our next piece of regular ass news has to do with Microsoft. They have now began launching their Copilot Plus laptops, the Copilot Plus PCs, I guess is how they're billing it. So these are going to be the AI built-in PCs that Microsoft has kind of been talking about for some time. Copilot Plus is the new name for them because they had a code name that was AI PC effectively, and this one is just more on brand for them. But it's ARM. The processor is an ARM processor, which is going to be geared specifically for AI purposes. So if you're using a lot of AI tools, then these are going to be right up your alley. And from the sounds of the way the guys over at Linus Tech Tips are talking about this, it sounds like it's actually going to be potentially very freaking useful. So it's very interesting as far as like the future of AI and how we're going to incorporate it in our lives. Link down in the description is going to take you to the more in-depth breakdown of this news piece by the guys over at Linus Tech Tips. So go check that out if you are interested. But just know that this is going to be crazy. We are just at the beginning of this AI stuff, and Microsoft is about to force it down all of our throats. And it might be a foie gras situation where maybe we're gonna like it. But let's move on. We have a suggestion this week for gaming and tech, and that is Kingdom Hearts. In order to, celebrate the finally releasing it on the Steam, just however you want to find it, go play some Kingdom Hearts. It is quality RPG gameplay, and it is quality for the whole family. So if you've got the little ones, this is a perfect game for you. Or if you just really dig Disney's franchises from when they were relevant and good, then this is also going to be right up your alley. So Kingdom Hearts is your gaming suggestion for the week. That brings us to the end of the video, nerds. Thank you very much for joining me for the news. Once again, there is a full and probably much more up-to-date and recent episode of the news, the full-length version, if you will, called The Week in Nerddom over on the main channel, linked down in the description, and probably link popping up somewhere around my face right about now. So click on that, go check that out as well, or if you prefer your news in more truncated pieces, then by all means just stick around here and go check out some of the other stuff we offer on this channel. Thank you very much for joining me. We will see you in the next one. Before we go, always remember, nerds, that if it is generally nerdy, it's probably here.